Boy, and you think we've got some problems in this country, in our century. Let me take you back 2,700 years. Give or take the year 700 BC, the Jewish people were very naughty, God being faithful to his promise, Deuteronomy 28, if you behave, nation of Israel, I'm going to bless you, but if you don't, I'm going to whack you. And that he did, courtesy of the Assyrians who came in. They were nasty warriors, and they not only decimated the country, but they took the Jews out of their territory to work as laborers in a foreign land. That was 2,700 years ago, but God, because he was faithful to his Abrahamic promise that there would always be a land and a people and a promise, he returned them. But guess who was dwelling in the land when they arrived? A people called the Samaritans. Who were these people? Well, they were sort of Jewish, but they had bred with the pagans who had invaded their land, and they occupied a territory, give or take, about 40 square miles, and they were esteemed by the now returning Jews who weren't all that pure in their blood. They were considered to be pigs. Why did the returning Jews see the Samaritans as swine? Because they had mingled their Jewish blood with the Goyim, with Gentile blood, with pagan blood, and the animosity was intense, and it endured all the way to the day of Jesus. That's right, first century. The animosity between the Samaritans and the Jews, it wasn't just palpable, it was tangible. The Jewish people, if they wanted to get from the north down to Jerusalem, this is a hand map, by the way, they would go around, circumvent Samaria, so they didn't have to be with those swine. Furthermore, the idea of eating food that may have been prepared by a Samaritan, absolutely abhorrent to the Jewish people. Now, let's read our New Testament. What does Jesus say about the animosity between two people groups? Does Jesus Christ send out a press statement, hold a conference or a rally to announce, here's the solution to this racial problem between the Jewish people and the Samaritans? Furthermore, did he meme? Did he sit at his computer and hack out a bunch of one-liners, telling people how this problem needs to be fixed, what's wrong with who, and how these people need to act, and what sort of legislation needs to take place? Did he visit Herod's palace to insist, this is the legislation that we need? No, and no. When you read the New Testament, there is shockingly little, and I would actually argue no, current social commentary by Jesus Christ. I mean, none. Consider the issues that swirled in Jesus' day. You maybe don't know what they are because you don't read about them in the New Testament, because they aren't identified, and yet commerce was being done, politics were happening, relationships were taking place, and Jesus doesn't comment on any of them. For instance, Herod, who in a desire to help the region of Galilee, the fishing region, bought 25 boats so that they could transport olive oil to foreign lands to make some money. That's right, Herod gave 25 longboats to Galileans for olive oil trade. There are all kinds of issues. Was that a good program? Hey, why was that money spent on them and wasn't spent on them? And these trade routes, they're very dangerous. What are we doing bringing our olive oil to those pagan people? Do you think there were issues that people were talking about at their dinner table? Absolutely. Did Jesus comment on any of those? I don't know if they were ever tish-rating, that at table talk he would join in those conversations. Don't know, but they aren't recorded for us. Is this an argument from silence that perhaps you and I need to take the lead of Jesus Christ and not engage in every social issue comment on every single situation, give suggestions, render our opinions, sit at our keyboards, and warrior away to get this place cleaned up so that everybody will start behaving better. What did Jesus say about the issue of the Samaritans and the Jews? What did he say? Did he do anything to address this racial problem? Yeah, he did. But it wasn't done in the way that we tend to do it, by firing off salvos and giving all kinds of opinions and arguing with anybody. Instead, he preached the gospel, repentance and faith in him. Furthermore, he demonstrated it. He traveled through the land of Samaria. He didn't avoid these lost pagan swine. He traveled through their land, and in John 4, we see this great exchange with Jesus and a Samaritan woman unheard of. And what does he teach her? All right, you people, this is what you need to do to get in line here, to be getting along with our culture, to be fitting in so that we don't have racial animosity. He simply preached the gospel. Jesus' solution to societal problems was not to be a social warrior, a keyboard warrior, or to engage in every single water cooler battle. It was to proclaim the good news of forgiveness of sins. I got a question for you. Have you been following his lead? The issues that we see in our day between people groups, whatever it happens to be, these issues that cause us to fight and be angry and to look at certain people and perhaps want some vengeance. Is it possible that rather than engaging like a cable TV host, putting up the dukes, fighting, drawing lines, offering our opinions, which are absolutely right, we need to do what Jesus did? Houston, I think we have a few problems here.
Go ahead, Wretched One.
Besides the fact I'm wearing a cardboard helmet, Houston, you have got one of the biggest false teachers in the universe. Are you kidding? He is so rich.
How rich is he, Wretched One?
I can see his house from here.